Welcome to VAs After Dark, a companion to the Hey, Do I Need a VA podcast. This is where you'll hear directly from virtual assistants in my world in their own words. Finding the right VA isn't always about skills. Sometimes it's about a vibe. If you've been wondering what it's like to work with a virtual assistant, or you're looking for the right fit for your business, you're in the right place. Let's get into it with VAs After Dark. Hey everyone, welcome to a new bonus feature of the Hey, Do I Need a VA podcast. I'm calling it VAs After Dark. And the idea came to me because I have this amazing referral directory of virtual assistants that I refer out all the time, but I want to introduce them to you. And Bree BV, who you've met through the podcast, is my first guest, and I'm so excited to have her. So, first question, Bree, tell us how you became a VA.
I think like a lot of us, I kind of fell into it. I had a childcare business that I did for about 20 years before it no longer suited my family's needs. And I was trying to figure out what was going to be the next thing that I do in life. And I was sitting down with a friend, and she was getting her business and her association going. And she was like, man, I want to do this event and I want to do all these things. And I wish I could organize like you and find deals like you and do this and that. And I was like, girl, let me help you. Like, give me some stuff I can do. I can do it during nap time or after work or whatever. And I would love to help you. And within a week, she was like, how could I hire you? And I was like, you pay me to do this stuff? She's like, 100% I pay you to do this stuff. And so we made a plan, and I worked for her part-time for 6 months. And then I loved it all so much that I jumped all in, and I went to go work with her, and I learned all about like memberships and Kajabi and websites and marketing and social media and all these kinds of cool things, and traveled with her for conferences. We put on our own international conference that got ranked type 5 in the world in her industry. And I was like, I love this. And so I started taking on more clients and figuring out new things. And then COVID happened and I lost them all. But then I found the dots, and I found Rachael, and I found a really amazing hive of collaborators, and I rebuilt my business, and now we have a team, and we love helping support our clients.
I love that. Like you said, I don't think anyone got into virtual assistants on purpose. I think they kind of fell into it because we have the skills that people need. I love that you're like, I would do it for free. And wait, you'll pay me?
Yeah, it was something I loved doing anyways.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize until years later that there was a lot of skills from like running my childcare business that came over into what I do now with my strategy and implementation and stuff. Like, not, I was like helping people take care of their family babies, and now I'm helping take care of their business babies.
Well, businesses are babies, just like human babies. So yeah. Of all the things that you do for clients, what is your favorite task to do?
My favorite thing is like coming up with the strategy, like talking things out, figuring out what's working, seeing what doesn't work, where the gaps are, kind of like is there parts that we need to go back to and refine, like who our ideal client is, or the messaging or things like that. Or are there parts that's like, you know what, we have a freebie offer, and then our next thing is a $3,000 offer. Like, what's the thing that we can do in our business model to help fill in those gaps? What does that look like? What do we need to build? Or if we have stuff, but it's not getting the right traction, like what are the things that we could tweak or edit or try something new to see what we can do to improve that and help with the lead generation. So I like seeing all the big picture stuff and then diving into little pieces and then seeing like what we can do to help increase the lead generation, help with like getting that client care going, making sure there's no gaps. Where do we need systems? All those kinds of things. And then pulling in my team for the things that light them up and like the parts that they want to do for the social media stuff or the website stuff, and bringing in the support that we need to fill in those plans.
That is so important. I mean, as a collaborator VA, that strategy is that gift that we bring to our clients, that we can take the vision and then break it down and see how can we fill in what's missing. And I love that you have your team to help implement those changes. And so it's kind of all in one. They get the strategy and the implementation, which I am learning is a necessary skill. I'm so grateful that you bring that perspective to the business and your clients.
A lot of the times what I hear from people is that what they really love is having somebody to talk to, right? Who understands business, who wants to talk about their business, who's invested in it with them. And, not another like a spouse or a partner or somebody who just kind of doesn't get it, maybe like not as interactive. Like I want to have a space for them where they can come and share, okay, this is going really well, or I'm struggling with this. And it's a safe container and we can bounce ideas and we understand it and that kind of stuff too. So I love being that collaborator, that partner, that walk with you through the whole journey kind of person.
I noticed that my family doesn't understand the excitement that I'm feeling with the growth of my business and the things that I'm adding into it. So to have a partner who not only is equally excited for those things, but is helping along the way to make those things happen, that's a priceless gift, let me tell you. So, of all the people you've worked with, and I'm not saying name names, but who is your ideal client?
Yeah, we work a lot with coaches and consultants and healers as well. For us, it's like a lot of people that are just like trying to help others make an impact or up level or change the way that we're doing things. So a lot of the coaches that we work with are either leadership coaches or people that are helping in transition periods, like through menopause, through moving into a different phase of their lives or stuff like that. A lot of them are women supporting women, or it's change management stuff. So things in leadership. So I also have a cultivating safe spaces facilitation background. And I find that we end up working with a lot of consultants and things in that avenue who are trying to change the way that our workforce is, kind of HR-ish, like how do we train people to put people first, or, think about our leaders in a different way. And what does our leadership look like? Are we preparing our leaders, or did we just say somebody was really good in a job and then pop them into something else without giving them the support to do that part of it, right? So there's a lot of consultants out there helping with that kind of work, and that really lights me up, and I get really excited about that. And then like the healing part, when I went from childcare into like VA and now the strategy and implementation side, I kind of went headfirst deep end into all the personal development, all the business books, and I got into all the woo. And it really was a lot of tools that helped me. And so I'm really also passionate about helping those healers be able to get out there and help more people because it made such a big difference for me. So I find that a lot of the clients we work with, I'm like their biggest ideal client. So I'm like, I would want this and I love that. And so, like I love all the personal development, growth, finding yourself kind of stuff, and the healing, the Reiki, the emotion code, the tapping EFT and stuff like that helps. And then, like I said, that leadership, change management, and how do we make the world a better place for us and our kids and moving forward.
I love that ripple effect.
Yeah.
And I'm equally woo with all of the assessments and using them. That yes to all of that.
I use it even when I work with clients. Like if I'm going and I'm supporting a client while they're speaking, I'll use my Reiki training and stuff to like clear the room or help ground them before they speak or things like that too. So it's like it all kind of ties in together, right? And this cultivating safe spaces is how we work with our clients. We, have open communication. That's how my team and I work. So it all kind of finds its way together.
Yes. I love how that all plays into each other. Like you learned it, you apply it, they teach it, they apply it. It goes outward. I love that too. What is one thing we should know about you beyond your business?
I am super outdoorsy. I don't like to be inside for long. Even when I had my childcare business, I used to always get in trouble because I was accredited through the government and they would have to be able to come out and do like stop checks in on us to make sure like everything's safety and all the things. And it was supposed to always be a surprise visit. but I was always out. I was out traveling with the kids, camping with the kids at different things. I'm like, you try sitting inside with 6 kids. Like, I'd rather be out at the park or the spray park or traveling or whatever. And that's kind of fallen into this as well. Like, I love to be able to take my work with me and go camping, work from my trailer, work from traveling, like when I came to see you and things like that. So I love that I get to travel and be an outdoorsy girl and take this with me. And it also means that I get to travel and go see my clients sometimes in person and things like that too, which lights my heart up because it is a remote thing, but it's so fun and so magical when you can connect in person too.
Yes. It is amazing how you love somebody more when you see them in person. Like, if you love someone on Zoom, you love them more in person. I mean, I know I felt that way when you came to visit, and I have gone and met with clients in person, and there is that real, it deepens the connection.
Last summer, I had one client tell me that it was like meeting a long lost cousin. She's like, you're just family, and I finally get to meet you and hug you and be in person. And that made my heart so happy.
Yes. You're like, you mean I do translate on the other side?
Except for apparently I look shorter on camera than I am in person. I get that all the time.
I don't know. You were huggable size, so it didn't matter.
I can take it. I can do huggable.
Yeah. So to wrap up, what is one way that our listeners or viewers can connect with you?
If you wanted to reach out to me either on like LinkedIn or we have our website as well, which is just bvpro.com. Lots of E's, BEEVEEPRO.com. There's a contact form and things like that on there as well. And yeah, there's lots of different ways. I'm sure you'll have them all listed in the contact on your site. Yeah.
I will put them all in the show notes, in the description. Thank you for being my first guest on VAs After Dark. To our viewers and or listeners, thank you for being here for this first edition of VAs After Dark. We will be connecting with other VAs in our directory over our podcast break. And this is a great way for you to meet and hear from virtual assistants all over the country and Canada to
thank you.
Hear them and see them and experience how awesome they all are. And we will see you next time. Thank you for joining me for this episode of VAs After Dark. If something you heard resonated, you'll find this VA's contact information in the show notes. Feel free to reach out and start the conversation. If you're still exploring what support could look like for you, head back to the Hey, Do I Need a VA podcast for more information. Remember, trust the fit, follow the feeling, and don't be afraid to ask for extra hands. We'll see you next time.